How are you, boys?
What's happening?
Not much. Just living the life out here, out in California, enjoying the summer and enjoying my life, my doggies, my wife. It's all good.
You know, Jackie, you were one disturbed character on Rescue Me.
Was I?
Yeah.
You mean amongst a bunch of other disturbed characters?
Oh God, the whole thing was dysfunctional. That's why we loved it.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's the appeal of it, because I think everybody can relate to that stuff. What did it bring up for you? Thank you very much. Okay. As long as we got that cleared up. You're going to start with me right off the bat, and then you don't even have an answer when I come back at you.
Jackie, let me ask you a question. You got Dennis Leary and Lenny Clark, a couple of Irish guys from Boston.
Right.
You're an Irish New York guy.
Right.
Do you guys have a better working relationship or a different level working with guys like that than you had in other movies or on other sets?
Well, I don't know if the relationship is any different. Certainly the humor and the sarcasm is there, because that's kind of what you're used to, what you grew up with. But it was a great joy there. And of course, Dennis is right up there, lives right up in your area there.
Yep.
And Lenny, I had worked with him years ago on a project that when he had his own show. So, but it was great. The atmosphere was great, and the humor and the jokes and the ball breaking just kept on going.
And now Lenny's a sick man.
He's not well.
Lenny, correct me if I'm wrong, because my mother talks about you all the time. My mother's in love with you. Putnam Lake, New York. What does that mean to you?
Putnam Lake, New York is the place where I spent my every summer from when I was a young guy. I used to come from the South Bronx, and we spent our times up in Putnam Lake. I still have my family. Part of my family is still up there. Some cousins up there. It was a great. In fact, when I go back in September, I'm coming back. I always take a drive through there and then go to visit a couple of friends back in Put Lake. It was a terrific time of my life.
Yeah, I'm a Laker, and you've made us proud. What about? I always wondered this. Your Rescue Me character, Chief Jerry Riley, he committed suicide last season.
Yes.
How do writers handle that? You find out about that ahead of time, or you when you?
Well, I found out about it in 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh wow!
And so that was a Merry Christmas gift to me.
Yeah.
And, it was although it was not my choice. In this business, you sometimes you get a job, and then a job goes away, and you leave the creative decisions to the people who create them.
Now you have moved on though. You're working on a project. Tell us about the. You're heading. Is this right? Europe, and it's called the International.
Yeah, I've been pretty busy. I really have been lucky. I just got back from Hawaii working on a project, and I'm going to in September. I go with Clive Owens and Naomi Watts to Europe, to Berlin and Istanbul to work on a film called The International, an international suspense thriller. Or whatever, I don't know. However, the way they're going to dress that up, that's the way it is. It's working. I'm going, and then I'm going to do a film in India in January. How's a kid from Put Lake get to go to India?
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
It's pretty outstanding. I'm a pretty fortunate guy, and of course some other stuff will come up. I'm a guy who I don't turn work down. I worked on a flick for 3 weeks called Showgirls. Okay, and then next thing you know, you go out the door and you work on a film called Crash for one day.
Right. Yeah. No.
So you never know which one of these projects are going to hit and be received the way they are. So it's I just like going out the door. I like going out the door and seeing the guys and girls on the set and working.
Jackie, we have to ask a favor.
Yeah.
After you finish working with Naomi Watts,
yeah,
you have to call us back and tell us how hot she was.
I've been with her already.
You've been with her.
Yeah.
You mean like you've worked with her, or you've been with her?
Well, I've been working with her.
Oh, okay.
No, I've co-chaired a thing called the Age Walk New York with her, and she's a dish. It's amazing. You see these guys on the big screen, and then all of a sudden you see them in person, and they're like 4 pounds. They're these little bitty things, and but it's she seems to be nice. And yes, I will. I'll tell you. I'll get her to sign something for you. How's that?
Excellent.
Now, a couple more things. You have, according to IMDb.com, you have 3 movies in post-production right now. Which one can we expect first to see?
Well, I think that I don't know how in what order they'll come out, but there's a project called 21, which is done by Kevin Spacey's production company, and it's with this kid that's coming out in a movie called Across the Universe in September. It's his name is Jim Sturgis, and this kid is just going to rock it. He's brilliant. In this film called Across the Universe, he winds up singing 27 Beatles songs. It's about a kid that comes over from Liverpool to find his dad, but he doesn't work out, but he hangs around in New York, and supposed to be a pretty good flick. And he's the guy that stars with the Lawrence Fishburne and Kevin Spacey, and I was lucky enough to be in it as well. A film called 21 about the guys from up by you, in MIT that went and counted numbers out in Vegas in the late 80s, and they based on the book Bringing Down the House.
Yeah. Our producer was just whispering that in my ear.
Yeah, so that's coming out, and then there's a film called Finding Amanda, which Peter Tolan, the co-creator of Rescue Me, wrote, and then there's an epic film called Tyrannosaurus Azteca, but we won't really talk too much about that one.
Okay.
But it was great fun to go over there. How many times you get somebody say, "Hey, we'll give you a chunk of cash, go over there and knock around in Hawaii for 3 weeks and chase some dinosaurs." So it was great fun.
That's unbelievable. Thank you very much for being on the show with us.
You got it, guys. Call me anytime.
Yeah, and when you're in town, make sure we get together and go over to Kelly's Corner and have a nice meal.
We'll do that over at Kelly's Corner right there on Route 22. Yeah, Kelly Quinn's a good buddy of mine, and when I am in town, I'll make sure I keep your numbers, and I'll drop you a line. I'll come into the studio.
Jackie McGee, everybody.
Thanks, Jackie.
Okay, guys.